Hello everybody, welcome to GISE Pathshala, Grade 8 Social Science History, Chapter 3 Ruling the Countryside. Now we are going to see about the indigo plantation and how the rebellion fought against the indigo plantation. See, this is the how was the indigo produced, how the hard work the laborers were doing and how they were exploited. All the things were shown. What is the condition of the laborers, those who were working in the indigo plantation? Now the niche cultivation, there were two type of systems for the indigo plantation. 1 acre is equal to 43,560 square feet and 1 bighha is equal to 1 upon 3 of an acre. Now see these two systems. Niche cultivation means planter produce indigo and control directly. Now what are the problems? Directly they were doing, but what are the problems? Indigo could be cultivated only on fertile lands and these were all already densely populated. They attempt to lease in the land around the indigo factory and evict the peasants from the area. See, they attempted to lease the land around the indigo factory. They were taking the land around the indigo factory and saying the peasants to move away from that area. 1 bighha of indigo cultivation required 2 plows. This meant that a planter with 1000 bighha would need 2000 plows. Now see the another pattern is rayati cultivation. Planted would planter would rent or brought the land and hire laborers for indigo cultivation. Means they are hiring the laborers and the for cultivation. The planters forced to ryots to sign a contract. See, the planters forced the ryots to sign a contract. Rayat means those who are having the land, and the planters means those who want to do the plantation there. They were saying the rayas that you should sign a contract. Those who signed the contract get cash advance from the planters at low rate of interest of produce indigo. Indigo moreover had deep root, means they are getting the low rate. And indigo moreover had deep root and it exhausted the soil rapidly. After an indigo harvest, the land could not be sown with rice. Means once they are taking the crop of indigo, they cannot grow another food grains because the indigo is taking much more things from the fertile soil. And it makes the fertility less, the soil, it makes the soil less fertile. Now, why the farmers are not ready to grow indigo? Because it reduces the fertility of the soil. That is the first reason. Decline of the food grain. Because of the fertility of the soil, they cannot grow any other food grain. No profit they were getting. If they were not getting profit, they went into debt. And this result in the rebel. Because of this, they were now against. They don't want to do the indigo plantation. Now, in March 1859, thousands of ryots in Bengal refused to grow indigo. As the rebellion spread, ryots refused to pay rents to planters and attack the indigo factories. Why did the peasants decided that they would no longer remain silent? What gave them power to rebel? Clearly, the indigo system was not intensively oppressive. Indigo system was not proper. Now, what happened in 1859? The indigo raiders felt that they had the support of the local zamindars and village headmen in their rebellion against the planters. Now, they thought that we got the support of the landlords and the zamindars. The indigo peasants had fought the peace belt with the Lathials. After the revolt of 1857, British government was particularly worried about the possibility of another popular rebellion. When in Barasat, the magistrate S.L. Eden issued a notice stating that riots would not be compelled to accept indigo contracts. With all these are the reasons. See, he gave a notice. The government brought in military to protect planters from assailant and set up the Indigo Commission to require into a system of indigo production. Whatever system is required, when the commission make. The planters now shifted their operation to Bihar. But what happened when Mahatma Gandhi returned from South Africa? A peasant from Bihar persuaded him to visit Chapaner and see the plight of the indigo cultivators there. Means the position of the indigo cultivator there. Mahatma Gandhi's visit in 1917 marked the beginning of the Chapaner movement against the indigo planters. After the revolts, indigo production collapsed in Bengal. See, after the revolts, indigo production collapsed in Bengal, but the planters shifted their operation to Bihar, which was the discovery of synthetic dyes. With the discovery of synthetic dyes in the later 19th century, their business was severely affected. But now the synthetic dye also came in the market, so this natural dye production business affected. But yet they managed to expand production. But they were managing to expand the production. But after that, Gandhiji came, and Gandhiji went to Chapaner, and then he started the movements against the indigo planters, and then it came to an end like that. So how the indigo workers were affected, exploitation was there, all things, and how the people are rebelling against them, this is called known as the indigo rebellion, and in that Gandhiji also worked, and the it is the Chapaner movement. Thank you.